By the way, I don't even know your name. I'm Sandra, she said, offering her shitty hand to me. Vera, I said, not hesitating to shake it. Hello, gorgeous girlies and grunge gals. My name is Scorsese. I'm the host of the Apocalypse System, and this is a book review. The Slob by Erin Beauregard. Okay, so the basic premise of this book, the pitch, if you will, is there is a girl named Vera. This is actually not her. This is someone else, Sandra. There's a girl named Vera who has OCD. I also have OCD. And had, like, her OCD is very cleaning focused. It is, it's not actually OCD. They specifically say it's obsessive cleaning disorder, not obsessive compulsive disorder. So this is like that made up version of OCD. But anyway, she is obsessed with being clean. She becomes a door-to-door salesman for a really good vacuum cleaner that she approves of, and thinks is like a miracle product. And as she is going door-to-door selling vacuums, she encounters the Slob. You're over here. Hi. The Slob is a man that is just described as living in the most abhorrent conditions. Just really gross. And he kidnaps Vera. I was about to get into how he kidnaps her, but that's a bit, that might be spoilery. So we're going to get through the rest of this. So he kidnaps Vera, and the book is just Vera dealing with his grossness. So now that we've said the basic plot, let's get into the book review, shall we? The Slob starts with Vera talking about when she was a child, how she came to get obsessive cleaning disorder because her parents lived in a very gross house, and she goes to a friend's birthday party and sees for the very first time that other people are living in clean houses, and she becomes obsessed with the idea of living in a clean environment. So she cleans. She forces her family to clean, get better at cleaning. They don't really do it, but, you know, they're trying. No, they're not. She's doing it all for them, basically. Another big part in the early start of the book is Vera had a sister named Lisa who has had bipolar disorder. I have schizoaffective bipolar. And she killed herself, and Vera was the one who had to clean up the crime scene, which I actually thought was quite interesting. I don't know if that's true. That feels like it shouldn't be true. I feel like there's like people that specifically are like to clean up crime scenes and like biohazards, but Vera talks about how when the police come and they do an investigation or whatever, they clean up the body, like they take the body, but they don't clean up the scene, which again, I don't know if that's true or not, but it was pretty interesting. And I did like the descriptions of the gore in that scene as well. I thought it was really well written. Then Vera meets her husband, Daniel, and she wins him over with a couple of dirty jokes. They get married. She gets pregnant. They want to have a bit of a nest egg, so this is why she starts like selling vacuums door to door. Is like a gross. He's described as gross. No, he's not described as gross. He's described as having a bad smell, I do believe. But anyway, a salesman sells them this vacuum, and it's such an amazing vacuum that Vera is like, she gets attached to it. She's like, I need to sell this vacuum to other people. This could be how I earn money. Because the only other way that they would have earned money was by selling Daniel's car that he inherited, and Vera didn't want to do that because the car gave Daniel a lot of good memories. Side note, Daniel, you're still over here. Side note, Daniel is a paraplegic. He has limited. He has limited function in his downstairs area because he can't walk and he can't feel anything, but he can get her pregnant. So, there's that side note. She goes to the titular house. I said titular a lot. She meets this man. At first, she admits that because she can smell the house, she knows it's bad. Because when she was a kid, she got a baseball injury right on her frickin' nose. Oh my god, the nose gore in this book, side note, is about to take me out. My biggest fear is a broken nose. Let's just say that happens. So she's saying that since she can kind of smell how bad his house is, she knows it's bad because she has a very poor nose. I also have a very poor nose, so this book just really is attacking me right now. This book is like the closest thing to my life, and I don't like that. So anyway, she's like, take me to the grossest carpet in your house, and this vacuum will clean it. And he takes her. He takes her. He takes her to this carpet that has a dead body on it, completely mangled. These books have illustrations, by the way, so you really get a good picture. Again, the gore, really brilliantly described. The way that she is just like, okay, I have to rationalize this and try to get out of here alive. He's telling me to clean this carpet and locking me in this room. I gotta do it. Because he's already locked the front door. He's taken her. Like, he attacks her and takes all her stuff, including her car keys. He moves her car so that it's not in plain view for if people are coming to come look for her. No one really knows where she is. It's just bad news bears all around. Hi, baby. My cat's over here. Hi, sweetness. Come here. Come here, Bubba. Oh, come here. Everyone say hello to Taro. Okay. You're just wet. Everyone say hi to Tete. He's so brave. He was such a brave boy at the vet. He doesn't have a broken leg, by the way. He has an infection. Don't know how he caused it, but he got one for sure. So Vera vacuums up the carpet, does her best to clean it. She's like, okay, now that I've cleaned it, maybe he'll let me out of here. The man comes back, and he comes back with another captive. The girl who's on the cover, named Sandra. But at the moment, she is gagged. Not gagged, but she has a trash bag down over her head with just one hole over the eye. So she can see, but her face is covered. He attacks Vera again. He brutalizes her, my guy. The way that he is described as breaking her nose truly haunts me. He feeds her viscera, and yet the nose gore was really what got me the most. Also, I'm going to have to put trigger warnings in the beginning of this video. There is a sexual assault scene. And, I will say that it is well written. I don't know really what else to say besides that. It's interesting. It's weird to say creative. Like, it's an essay scene, but I will say it was well thought through, okay? Jesus. Also, right after that, so Vera is pregnant. We've established this. Her and Daniel were pregnant, and she wanted to have a nest egg. She is well in her, like, I think, second trimester. And during one of the man's attacks, he specifically targets her unborn baby. He yeetuses that fetus. The baby is aborted. The baby is gone. And again, I have to say, the way that the scene was written was really well done. But I was literally just sitting there like this. So anyway, there's a thing that Jules Dapper has said about Aaron Beauregard's books, or splatterpunk books in general, is that there's always a scene where you feel like someone needs to go, ew, poopy. And there is one of those scenes in this book, shocking. The Slob has a poop scene. Right after this sequence of events of her getting her nose fucking broken and smashed in, getting fed viscera, getting her baby aborted, being essayed, all happens like bam, 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 right in a row. There's no break. It's a very small book. So it happens within pages of each other. Within pages. So the man leaves, and Sandra is like, hey, Vera, come here, please. Take off this garbage bag so I can see. I can't. Help me. Please wake up and help me. And Vera's like, not to be a bitch, but how can I trust you? You could be working with this fucking nasty-ass man. And Sandra's response is, okay then, see what he did to me and see if you think that I'm working with him. The garbage bag is removed, and we find out, along with the character, that Sandra is fucked up, man. Sandra has been scalped. She specifically mentions watching him boil her scalp like spaghetti and eat it, hair and all. So that's great. And also she has no lips. And what the guy does to her lips is insane. And it's just insane. And then that's the scene. She, with no hesitation, she gets untied and Sandra turns around and shits. And she's like, when he was torturing one of the other girls, I saw that he had a key to a gun closet, so I took the key and I swallowed it. And it's in my poop now. And she's digging through her, like, poop as she's saying this. And they're doing introductions. They're having the most normal-ass conversation in this house. Like, completely calm. Like, yeah, so my name's Vera. What's your name? Oh, my name's Sandra. I'm just getting a key out of my shit. Here, you want to shake my hand? And Vera's like, yeah, absolutely. And she shakes her hand. Obsessive cleaning disorder. That's specific. Like, it's not even real OCD. It's the fake OCD. And yet somehow she's just like, okay. The cat moved the curtain. She's just like, okay, I'll shake your hand. Sure, why not? Who cares? It's covered in shit. So anyway, the two girls, they get the key and they make this escape plan that they're going to pretend that they killed each other and fake their own deaths. And they're gonna shoot the Slob and escape. Pretty simple. Pretty easy plan. So they spend some time setting up this nice, neat and tidy murder scene. They cut themselves and they bleed and they make sure that they get their blood. They fake some injuries to make it look like they really went ham on each other. And Sandra takes a bone out of a piece of meat that had come from one of the other victims and she sticks it like in her ear Not like they sharpen it, and she sticks it just very carefully, very gently in the ear so that it's not hurting anything. They both fake their death, and they're dragged out of the room and back into like the communal living space. Vera is left alone. She can hear a lot of noise in the other room. Spoiler alert, it's another essay scene. And so she's left alone in the room where the shotgun is. So she has the key. Thank goodness. She gets the shotgun out. She uses Sandra's instructions to properly load the gun. She, pumps it so that one of the canisters falls out. She does the whole thing. She turns off the safety. Everything's great. Everything's good. She goes into the room where Sandra is, and Sandra has been playing dead this entire time. And the slob was thinking that both of them were dead. The slob was sexually assaulting Sandra. Her body, but obviously just her, because she was still alive. And so Vera is like inching closer to the slob. He hasn't noticed her because she doesn't want to accidentally hurt Sandra, because Sandra's the one that has experience with guns. Vera does not. So she inches closer, and then right as she's ready, Sandra grabs the bone out of her ear and sticks it into the slob's eye. And that's when Vera fires the gun, as he's like reeled back to grab at his eye. And so because he's moved, it's no longer him she shoots. She accidentally shoots Sandra in the face. And the description of Sandra's death is one of my favorites. Unfortunately overshadowed by my least favorite. It's so weird to say this about gore, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, probably. Okay, anyway. So, Sandra is dead, and the slob, very angry, starts to attack Vera again, and he's just clobbering her. The next chapter has a really long, I'm not going to say it just is, because there is something really important in the next chapter, but the next chapter starts with a very long, multiple pages of another essay scene. And then after that, they've moved locations, by the way. He's moved her into a barn where he keeps all the bodies of his former victims. So, like the one in the house was just his most latest victim. And so was Sandra. Like, they get moved out to the barn. So she's in there with a iron collar and everything. And she finds a Walkman on one of the other victims that still works and still plays music. And she's kind of deluded and like just out of it. And so she thinks that the Walkman songs are giving her coded messages. Which is very interesting. So Vera is going around like harvesting the teeth of all the other victims because she has this plan. She also breaks off a piece of a leg bone, and her plan is thus, and it does work. She hides the piece of the leg bone in an area that will cut up the slob when he tries to attack her. And when he is attacking her, he gets cut up, and as he is like howling in pain, she takes the teeth and throws them into his mouth, so he is coughing and choking. She grabs the keys, she tries to unlock her collar and escape. It takes her a few tries, and he is like spitting up these teeth. He's about to come after her, so she runs through the barn, like up into the rafters. There's this huge machine in the barn, and she sees into it, and it's just like it's a meat grinder. There's like a vat of all these girls that have been like boiled. And so she takes the bone out to use as a weapon, and is able to slash at the slob with it and knock him down into one of the meat grinders, and he's still alive while all this is happening. And so she takes the keys from him that she needs to get out, and she delivers her last lines to him before she kills him. She says, "You are what you eat." And I'm not even going to lie, as someone who loves gore, the description of his death is so good. You're still over here. It is so good. I literally live for it. The description of just the whole thing was pretty. It was just pretty. And I know that most people don't get that, but just wow. And so the Slob ends with like 4 short chapters in which, one, Vera goes home and it is completely wrecked. Daniel's car has been smashed and wrecked. The house is messy, and obviously that's very triggering for her. But she manages it very well. She sees her husband and she's just like, all right, let's clean up. And you think it's done, but it goes on for 3 more chapters in which, in the last chapter, I'm going to talk about that one first because the other 2 are actually baiting a sequel. So in the last chapter, Vera is having issues with intimacy with Daniel. They go to the doctor, and the doctor tells them that Vera is pregnant, which almost certainly means it's the Slob's and not Daniel's, because they've been having issues with being intimate ever since her attack. So that's there. And then for the other 2 chapters, someone picks up a girl at a bar and takes her to the Slob's house. And when he realizes that the Slob is dead, he freaks out. He shoots the girl point blank in the head and kills her. He calls people, these businessmen, and says, like, something went wrong. He's dead. And this businessman is like, if you're not giving us a girl like we were promised, we're going to have some boys instead. And the businessman is like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. I could get you one soon, but not right now. And they're not taking that for an answer. So there's a brief scene in which some boys are decapitated into a tub and then I believe eaten. It's kind of hard because it's a little bit overshadowed by the fact that they keep talking about pizza. I need you to believe me. I need you to believe me. I don't know what Aaron Beauregard has. You're over there. I don't know what Aaron Beauregard has against Italian people, but I swear to God, he keeps writing about the Italian mafia. So anyway, they kept talking about pizza and like real pepperoni. But that's the sequel bait. I don't know if I'll be picking up the sequel. This was the Slob. Very short book. But you know what? I will say, if you think you can handle these trigger warnings and you thought that you'd be interested in this, go ahead, pick it up, have a read. Maybe try and get it at a library. I don't know what library would have this, but you know what? If you want to ring me up and say, hey, can I borrow your copy? Sure, whatever. Do whatever you gotta do. Read it at a Barnes & Noble really quick. No one notices. It's a fast book. You'll be done in no time. I'm kidding. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and my cat. I hope you enjoyed this kind of sporadic review. And if I see you in the next video, I'll see you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.